Hello one and all and welcome to another Average Shaman video. Now I have been doing some testing, and by testing I mean absolutely slapping the fucking bare bum cheeks of M+. I haven't done many 20s, I've only been able to do 2 in time and then a few not timed at the moment, but I've been absolutely slapping 16 keys to try and get one, the primalist thing that you need to get shit to upgrade it to 418 gear. So I have been doing that, and as I've been doing it, I've been testing out different builds, different AOE. I've been talking to other shamans on the Discord on what they've been using, what I've been using, and stuff like that. And I have got to make a I can't fucking think. I can't think. I am going to make an announcement of such. Now, everyone who knows me knows that I like the Fire Nova build. The Fire Nova build is sexy, and it still does good damage in AoE weeks, i.e. inspiration. And it does, and you can't fucking argue with me, because I've got the logs and shit to fucking prove it. It does good damage. However, I have to now admit, the Hailstorm build, i.e. the Frost Shock build, does more fucking damage. Now, this is upsetting for me, because I love the Flame Shock build. Not the Flame Shock, the Fire Nova build, sorry. I love it. It's my bread and butter. I still fucking use it in AoE weeks because the rotation for me is just smoother. For me it is, right? People don't argue with me. It's my personal fucking preference. I'm not having it, but I'll still get some fucking dickhead in the comments going, but the Frost Shock build. Yeah, I'm not saying the Frost Shock build's bad. I'm actually acknowledging that it does more damage now, and we're gonna go through it, and so on. So. This pains me to do. It really does, but I've done the testing, and the testing wins out. Especially in Tyrannical Week, guys, you will do more damage on bosses and stuff like that, because you just will, because Fire Nova does fuck all for bosses. Whereas if you go Ice Shock, get 10 stacks of Maelstrom, and then whack it into a boss, that's 100k. Well, it can crit like a mother and stuff like that. So we're just going to have a quick look. This build will be in the details below, so you don't have to, pause the screen to get this build. This build is, it's in the description below. But we're gonna look at your openers and stuff like that. Your openers are always the same. I'm gonna do this really slowly. I'm not gonna do it really fucking fast, because what's the point? You guys are watching these videos to get tips and tricks. So you'll always open with a Flame Shock. You just always will, because it's just fucking retarded. Why wouldn't you? And now all that Flame Shock is ticking off, it's doing fucking reasonable damage. Now, with our build and the build that we've got now, we've literally gone all the left side with he's buffing the Flame Shock and the Lava Lash damage, pretty much. That's all you need to know. So you'll always start with a Flame Shock, and then my next opener will be a Lava Lash. Lava Lash puts this buff on, so 100% Flame Shock damage, and it spreads this about. Now, you will tab target, guys. You will tab target. Obviously, I'm just meleeing this, but tab targeting, you can either click tab, or you can do it the old-fashioned way, and then you can click that guy, and you can do it. Obviously, do not let your Flame Shots go off. This is like a shit rotation, so I'm just going to do it, right? So you can tab target like this, It's best if you get, the procs off, or if you're doing it nice and stuff like that, and then you can do it, and then obviously, yeah. So that's all doing the buffed up Flame Shock damage. So that's nice. That's nice. You're all wondering, but then you'll just prioritize tab targeting? No. There is a prior list, and it's complicated as shit, because I try and explain Enhancement Shaman to a noob, and the brain gets melted, because there's prior lists, and then there's fucking prior lists on top of prior lists. We technically don't have a rotation. It's a rotation of prior lists, depending on what fucking situation you are in at that given fucking moment, and depending on what fucking mob in that group needs to be melted down, i.e. chunked. I know how you feel. Right, so back to the rotation. Always start with a Flame Shock. Always spread it about. Then you will Crash Lightning. If you get Lava Lash procs, you will prioritize Lava Lash procs. Once you get 10 Maelstrom, you will go into Chain Lightning. Always Chain Lightning in a group, because why wouldn't you? Unless you are running the Elemental Blast and you want to funnel target one mob, there is always one dickhead in a group that needs to be funneled down, especially on Inspiration Weeks. But Tyrannical Weeks, everyone seems to get melted, so this priority does, it goes to the back burner a little bit. So, Flame Shock, Lava Lash, spreading that. Also tab targeting. You get 10 stacks, you spend them 10 stacks. Do not sit on the 10 stacks. You will always call your wolves. Your wolves have to be out 99% of the fucking time. The only time you wouldn't call your wolves down is say if this, like, these are all dead and this one mob's on 10%. You just wouldn't call your wolves out then. You'd wait until the next pack to get them. So you keep hold of them then. You know, but like if this mob like needs to go down and he's like 70% and he's a big chunky boy and your group's struggling with him, then of course call your fucking wolves. Always, always get your doggies out. Your ratios and that, depending on what they are, you can use whenever. I use mine off fucking cooldown no matter what. Obviously, if I know there's a big fucking boss coming up, then I will save it. If not, I'll just pop it. So, never let the flame shots go down. Obviously, you're going, well, average shaman, you're letting them. I'm talking to you, I'm not really paying fucking attention. So, you know. So, flame shock. Wolves are out. Obviously, mine aren't, but mine are coming off cooldown. So, let's pretend that the doggies are doing the fucking business, right? You'll spread that. You'll chain lightning. You'll crash lightning. You'll storm strike when it procs, but you never prioritize it over the lava lash. Now, and you're probably thinking, what about Eye Strike? Eye Strike you weave in. You go Eye Strike, that buffs the thingies. You will go Storm Strike before you click this because of the 4 set. Only if you have the 2 or the 4 set. Probably the 2 because every time you use a Storm Strike it increases the damage of your direct fire, frost and nature spells by 10%. So you just extra buffing your frost shocks. You're buffing you're buffing them and then buffing them again by an extra 10%. So it's pretty nice. So then, you know, why wouldn't you? You know, so you'll do it in that manner. You'll, you know, but if it doesn't correlate with each other, then don't sit on them. Don't sit on them, because you just wouldn't. So if you've got Frostshack, he's on cooldown. I whack it out willy nilly. I'll whack that out willy nilly. You know, like when it's on cooldown and stuff like that, just whack them out. You want to keep this before you do that, and then you'll just see the 80k. That was with an 8 Maelstrom. You're probably thinking, do I have to wait till 10? Do I have to wait till 8? It is entirely up to you. If your Maelstrom generation is absolutely insane, then always go for the 10. Always go for the 10. But as your Maelstrom generation will never be as good as it is with 6 targets. If you've got 6 targets, always go for the 10 because your Storm Strikes, your Crash Lightnings, your Lava Lashes will be cleaving off everything. Your Maelstrom generation, as well with your Wolves, will be fucking through the roof. So always aim for the 10. However, as soon as that list starts to go down, i.e. 6 mobs, 5 mobs, 4 mobs, 2 mobs, then just after 5, anything over 5, then I would say is GG to then use your Frost Shocks with obviously the Ice Fury buff. With the Ice Strike buff and the Storm Strike buff. Obviously, the Storm Strike buff and the Ice Frost, if they don't line up, it's fine. Don't panic. Just try and get as many enhanced Frost Shocks that you can. And that's GG. Apart from that, that is our AOE rotation. And it's pretty much our single rotation. The single rotation, you either funnel in a Lava Burst or you go into a lightning bolt. It totally depends. Obviously, I always go with the lava burst first because I'll just show you how much damage a lava burst does. Where is that? Right, it's this one. Right, a lava burst does. It crits. It always crits. So I did 129k there, which is nice. In a boss, that'll add the fuck up. You know. And it is rather nice. And then I'll do a lightning bolt here. And then you can see, there we are. And then the lightning bolt, like, remember the lightning bolt, I only hit one target, which the lightning bolt did a max of 65k. It didn't crit. When it crits, it does do a lot more. But if you compare the bog standard lightning bolt to the bog standard 129 guaranteed crit of a lava burst, if you've got a lava burst and you're not using it on a boss on cooldown, you're gimping your DPS. Now, there's an elephant in the room, people, and you're probably thinking, average shaman, why have you not used Primordial Wave? You will use Primordial Wave on cooldown and you will spread it to as many people as you can. What I'll do is I'll usually tab target that, use this, get your wolves out, and then do it. And then there you go, 1.1 million. Now, you will do that on cooldown. Now, the thing with the Primordial Wave is this, again, has a prior list. You will use it on cooldown with the boss, because there's only one target, and it's a big whack, so you might as well do it then as well. You know, you just might as well. When it comes to AoE pulls, you know, you will Flame Shock the first one, you will Lava Lash the first one, because it spreads more. If there is more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if there is a 6, you will tab target them individually, i.e. him. You will shift click F, like, well, I've got mine shift click F. Like, say this is a normal rotation, I'm just going for it. If you get a Flame Shock proc, then you don't need to, then you can just go directly into the Flame Shock and stuff like that. But let's pretend we Primordial Waved that fucker over there, and then we will then do it. And then we'll have a look at that. That didn't do as much damage, because, obviously, you need. I got more crits on the last one, but look at that. Like, the crit is 1.75, so, yeah. Usually on that it does like shitloads more, but it's just beautiful. Right, that was a buffed in that. Right, you can see 333k. It's a lot of damage. That was with an Ice Strike thing and a Storm Strike buff as well. So you're probably thinking, "Oh, that's a lot. That is a lot." Like, my God, let's break it down. Flame Shock is an opener. Lava Lash to spread. If you get another Lava Lash proc, you can go into it. Well, I would say you should go into it to spread it further. It's a maximum of 6, by the way. Guys, pardon me. Then you will pop your Wolves. Then you will Crash Lightning, because I just like it. And then you will Primordial Wave. And then after that, it's Lightning Bolt. Then it goes. Then you shift over from that, because Lightning Bolt is no longer an AoE ability without a Primordial Wave buff. Then you will literally go into your normal rotation, which is Crash Lightning, Storm Strike, Lava Lash when it's on proc, Storm Strike when it's on proc. However, Lava Lash has priority over Storm Strike proc. I know you're probably thinking, bloody hell, this is when the priority list comes in, and it does. And then you will chain Lightning. You can, if you are running the Ellie Blast build, which is just, it's the same build as me, but instead you go Ellie Blast. You will use that to maintain the buff as much as you can, and only ever have 1 stack of it. Never have 2. Never be sitting on 2 stacks, because it's wasted dippers, guys. It's wasted dippers, and we don't like wasted dippers on this channel, because it hurts me. It hurts me deeply. But oh, and then Sundering. I forgot Sundering, guys. Fucking my ass is up my head. Right, with Sundering, like, there's a rule with Sundering, and I'm going to demonstrate it, because now and then I'll always get this. How are your Sunderings doing more than mine in an M+ if I'm with another Shaman? And they're like, what are you doing? Are you buffing the Sundering and stuff like that? And you can't really buff it. Like, I mean, it goes off your mastery a little bit, but it's... You can't really buff it, unless I'm missing something completely and I'm being a fucking noob here, which, if I am, call me out in the comments, I will do some things. But with a Sundering, you always want to hit as many people as absolutely possible, i.e. like that. Now we'll click on that Sundering, and that did 183. Like, it was normal hits, so that's fine. It can crit. You know, which is nice, but then the more people you hit with it, the more people you will do, because shatters a line of earth in front of you with all your main hand or weapon, causing 34,411 flame shock damage and incapacitating them any enemy hit. Notice, any enemy hit, and it hits any enemy for 34k. Any enemy. So if you've got a big dick of a tank, most probably a druid in an incarn window, or fucking, let's face it, a fucking prot warrior or anything, you know, fucking those twats just like big pulls. And you line this up beautifully, your Sundering will just burst you right at the top, and then people will be like, what? Fucking enhancement shaman's bursting like a motherfucker. And you just like sat there going, yes I am, boy. And then once you get your primordial waves and your normal AoE rotation with your wolves and that, you are fucking nigh untouchable. There's only a couple of classes that can out AoE you. And what I've seen, that's pretty much the rogues. because the dirty little bastards, even though I love rogues, I've got a rogue myself, they're actually beautiful, but sub-rogue, forget about it. Those guys can just go straight into their AoE rotation, and then it's dirty. Same with a boomy, you know, they can go straight into it, especially if they get some procs. I don't know what the procs are of a boomy, but when they get procs, like, oh my days. But the idea is that you hit the more people you can with your Sundering, and you will do more damage. Now, let's say I'm going to try and line this up to where I only hit 2. I hit 3 then. I hit 3. It did 109k. Now, it's not 130 odd that we got the last time, is it? You're probably thinking, no. So, the more people you hit with it, the more people you do damage to. Now, and then I've also had this question is, would you use it on a boss? Yes, you would use it on a boss. Now, it wouldn't be the highest priority, like it wouldn't be part of my opener. It'd be way, way, way down. If you do your normal opener, your primordial wave, you get your wolves out, do whatever. If you're bloodlusting, pop a pot, do whatever you do. And then people are going, yeah, then it's like the 4th spell I use. I'm like, well, what the fuck are you using that for? Like, have you got like a Lava Lash proc? Yeah, I've got a Lava Lash proc, but I thought Sundering does more damage. No, you fucking idiot. No. No. Yeah, I went a bit overboard there. I do apologize. So yeah, Sundering is and should be used on semi-cooldown, but I kind of sit on it a bit. This is one cooldown actually that we can actually sit on a little bit, because if you're on comms and you know, like I've got a mate, right, who's a tank. Yes, I have friends. And he will now and then say to me, "Oh, I'm doing a big pull on the next one," and I'll be like, "Right, well, I'm going to save my fucking Sundering then." Now, bear in mind, like if I have to use the Sundering for CC means, I will do it, because essentially you're not losing out on damage. You just, instead of your Sundering doing like fucking 700k plus, it only does like 300k. You get what I mean? But then there is a priority list with your CCs as well. Say if like you need some ads really, really interrupting, i.e. An SBG, and no one else is doing it, and you're going to wipe, then pop your Sundering out. Don't be a dick. But if you know nothing needs CCing, I'm going to keep this for that big absolute chunders pull that he's going to do, and it is going to do like 1,000,000 damage, because I've done that and it's just like, yeah. And then you start the normal rotation. So personal preference when to use it. However, a good enhancement shaman knows when it's needed. Like, he won't just whip it out on 2 mobs unless they really need hard CCing and you're out of a capacitor totem, and slash or anyone in your group can't stun them or interrupt them, and then whatever, you know, especially if you're in comms and people are going, I don't have an interrupt, I don't have a CC, and you're like, oh fuck, I've got to use my Sundering. That's absolutely fine. You know, you're doing it for the benefit of the group then. But you know, like get the most out of it. You can just have a play about with it. You'll really know. Like, I can talk about the pros and cons of using the Sundering in a group for fucking hours, and you don't want to be sat here because you're thinking, shut the fuck up about Sundering. It ain't even that a good spell. And I just think it is a good fucking spell if you utilise it right, you dirty bastards. I apologise, but I get proper passionate about me enhancement shaman when people aren't using them right. And then that's about it, guys. And the only thing I can say is the tab targeting rotation, because I had someone ask about it quite early on recently in my guild, and they were like, oh, what about tab targeting? It is fucking huge, guys. You cannot underestimate the power of tab targeting, because you're buffing your flame shock damage, which then buffs your lava lashes. It feeds into each other. They're like this. They're like 2 peas in a pod. They feed into each other. They help each other. It's like 2 army guys fighting for a field back to back, holding a horde of zombies away. If they separate, they will die. But together, they are legion. Get my drift. It's a bit... I'm sorry, I've had a coffee and it's kicked in, and I'm feeling a bit dramatic today. But yes. So don't underestimate tab targeting. However, don't feel that you're doing it wrong if you've got like a Boomy, a Rogue, or a Warlock in your group that is absolutely slapping cheeks in the AoE. Because the tab targeting and the rotation of spreading Lava Lashes, the Lava Lash buff, it's time consuming. I'm not gonna lie, unless you've got really good procs on your Lava Lash and you've just used a Primordial Wave, so your haste is fucking through the roof or someone's PI'd you, it's gonna take time to spread them. It really is. So don't worry if you're struggling with that. Just start practicing it and you'll be absolutely fine. I think that covers everything in my notes. I've probably waffled on a bit. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comment. And if you're just going to comment and go, yeah, you see, I told you the flame shock damage does more. And I would say in Tyrannicals, it was absolutely slapping. It's been slapping this week, and it was slapping last week in Inspiration. But I did an AA with my flame shock and Fire Nova build, and I was absolutely destroying fucking everybody. So I would say it depends on the dungeon, but overall, the Hailstrom build is better. I'm confident that I can get overall that Fire Nova build working. I really am. But yeah, right. My Fire Nova build is covered in my last video. So if you are curious and want to do your own testing, then please, by all means, I would love to have a fellow Fire Nova build enthusiast in my channel, just so we can talk about how good Fire Nova is. I like it. It's fucking sexy as anything for Maelstrom Generation, which then builds into just your rotation. It's so fluid for me. But I am getting used to this Maelstrom build. And it is good, guys. It is good. It does a lot of damage, i.e., like I'm coming out of dungeons in 16s because I'm still spamming 16s just for the Valor and stuff like that. And I quite like doing the cheeky 16. And even in 20s, I'm top 1, top 2 damage, depending on the build and the people in it. I'm coming out with like anywhere between 60k to about 90k, which is good fucking damage. There's shamans out there that are probably going to go, that shit DPS that I can do 120. That's good for you, buddy. You're probably doing fucking, you're probably absolutely geared out your eyeballs and trinketed and procking whatever, and that's absolutely fine. That's good. That's good for you. But that's everything in the video, guys. The description is below as well with any information that you may need. Leave a like, leave a comment. It helps. Subscribe. It helps more. But apart from that, thank you for watching, guys. I hope this video was good and encouraging and that you enjoyed me waffling on. I do apologise. It's been fucking 22 minutes. That is a long fucking video. Average Shaman. Out. Thank you, guys, and thank you very much.